Welcome to Pause with Kate, Slow Yoga for Growth. I'm glad you're here today. We're going to do a slow mat-based yoga class designed to help you release and grow to your greatest potential. I have a mantra that I'd like you to think about as you breathe in class today. So let's start in a gentle, comfortable seat. Root yourself down into your mat, and as you breathe in, repeat, I am healing. Breathing out, let me heal. I am healing. Let me heal. I am healing. Let me heal. Everything about yoga is moving with the breath. Let's get started. Place your hands close to your buttocks behind your body and squeeze your shoulder blades to lift your chest to the sky. Let your head hang back. Your nose is pointed to the ceiling. The whole front of your neck is open, creating space where your voice and your words come from. Taking slow and intentional breaths in and breaths out. Repeating that mantra as you lower your chin back down to your neutral position. Now we're going to do some slow neck circles around. Lower your left ear to your left shoulder and bring it all the way down to your chest before circling it up and around 360 degrees behind you. One more circle here to the left, opening up that whole neck, feeling the weight of your head rotate that mind all around your shoulders and your body. Be gentle with your movements here. Think about extension instead of bending. Coming back to the center, let's reverse our direction. Lower your right ear down to your right shoulder. Going back first, feeling your ponytail graze your back maybe, and then circling it all the way around, touching your shoulder, your chin to your chest. Over to that shoulder again, making slow, intentional circles with your neck, opening it all up in preparation for our class today. Remember to breathe through all of these poses. Return to neutral and stretch your arms all the way up over your head. Interlace your fingers, reach up, grow from your waist. Stretch everything out and then lower your hands behind your head, making a little hammock for the back of your neck. With your elbows, draw as big circles as you can. Keep your elbows together in the center as they meet and then stretch them all the way out. Maybe lowering your hands to your shoulders. Exhale, squeeze those shoulder blades going down. And reverse your direction, sending those elbows back, up and around, into the center, back, up and around again. Really opening up those shoulders as we move. Do a couple more here. Maybe you bring your hands further out to the edges of your shoulders so that your elbows can touch in the middle. We carry so much in our days. Here's where we get to put all of that weight down and give a little bit back to our center selves. We're going to do a seated side stretch, reaching up with your right arm, all the way over your body, leaning into that planted left hand down on the mat. Think about elongating your spine rather than bending. Return the right hand back down and reach up with the left. The whole left side of your ribs, your shoulders, your hips is opening here, letting the head fall to the shoulder, opening it all up. Do one more stretch on either side, remembering to breathe in as you stretch, breathe out as you come back to center, breathing in as you reach, and exhaling all of that breath as you relax back down. One more cycle here. Maybe you tip your chin up towards your elbow as you stretch, feeling that rotation in the side of your neck, opening everything up, lubricating your joints for the practice. Glow side to side like a tree in the wind. Return to center and lean over your twisted legs, coming to a tabletop position. Your knees are under your hips, your wrists are underneath your shoulders. We're going to further enter our side bodies here. Reach all the way up with that right arm, all the way up to the sky, and then reach it under your body, inside the left arm, resting the right ear, the right cheek down on the mat. Your hips are up to the sky. Your left hand is keeping you stable there. Feeling this stretch all the way back into your right side body. Coming out of it, stretch that arm right back up before planting it back down next to the left. And then on the other side, on your next inhale, you're going to stretch your left arm all the way up to the sky, looking for those fingertips. Exhaling, thread the needle down. Relax your neck here. You want to feel this stretch between your shoulder blades, all the way down the left side of the body, around your glutes. Really opening up that whole side. Inhale, come back up, return the arm to the sky, and then plant it back on the mat next to the right. Do one more stretch on either side. Right hand goes up. Exhale, it comes down and it threads the needle. Rest the right ear on the mat. Look out over those right fingertips. Inhale, come out, stretching it up to the sky, and place it down on the mat. One more time on the left. Look up and exhale as you thread straight on through. This is a great stretch for our neck, for our shoulders, for our whole back. Remember to stretch up as you come out. Plant those hands down. From tabletop position, we're going to flow through a couple cow cats, looking up to the sky for cow. The cow always looks at the sun, letting the belly drop. Exhale and round your back for cat. Your goal here is to touch your forehead to your pelvis. It's not going to touch, but if you keep that in mind, it will help that back to stretch up and feel the full rounding of the spine. Inhale, look up for cow. Chin goes forward. Exhale, round down for cat. One more at your own pace, remembering to move with your breath. repeating that mantra as you flow through the poses today. With a neutral spine, we'll meet back in tabletop position. Bring your toes to touch, widen your knees, and sink back into child's pose. Letting your arms stretch all the way out in front of you. Feeling the release all the way down your whole front side body. Maybe your forehead is resting on the mat. Letting your heart sink all the way down to the mat. Relax your face, eyes, and jaw. To go a little deeper, maybe tent your fingers up in front of you. This helps to open up that space between your shoulder blades and across your chest. That part of our body that can become tight from days spent hunched over a computer or smartphone. When we come into child's pose, we let all of that go, returning back to our natural state. Just rest here. And on your next inhale, come back up into tabletop position before rising up to your feet. Widening them out. Maybe they're as wide as your mat. Toes are pointed out a bit. Sink down into Malasana squat. We hold the worries of others in our hips. And when we get into deep hip openers like this one, we give some space there. We let everything open up. Really let your butt hang down. Bring your hands into prayer position at your chest. Try to look up straight in front of you. Maybe your elbows are resting at the inside of your thighs, providing a little bit of balance there. The wider your feet are, the easier it will be to stay in this position. The more balance, the more stability you'll have, the wider those feet go on the mat. Just let it all go here, sink into those hips, remembering to breathe. And then plant your hands down and raise your butt all the way up to the sky. Heel toe your feet in so that they're just about 2 fist distance apart. To check, you can form fists with both of your hands. If you place them side by side in between your toes, that's how wide apart you want them. And fold your whole body over those legs. Ragdoll pose. Let everything drip down the front of you here. Maybe you grip opposite elbows with your hands. Maybe you place your hands interlaced behind the back of your neck for a deeper stretch. Just hang. Your feet are holding you up. You're exactly where you're meant to be right now. Now take your 2-piece fingers and interlace them around your 2 big toes. Pulling yourself a little bit deeper in. Padangusthasana here. Try to fold your whole body in half. Big hamstring stretch. Don't let those elbows go out to the sides. Hug them in towards your knees. Inhale, look up halfway, keeping that grip. Exhale, fold down one more time. Now lift your toes up and tuck your whole hands underneath those feet. Still in our forward fold. Maybe your toes are in your palms. Maybe they touch all the way into the creases of your wrists. This is Padahastasana. Bend your knees if you need to. Relax the back of your neck. Try to get your weight forward onto your toes. Let everything go here. Feeling that deep, deep stretch behind both of your legs, behind your back, your shoulders, your neck. Inhale, look up, and exhale, fold down one more time. On your next inhale, release your hands from underneath your feet and come all the way up to stand in mountain pose, Tadasana. Feeling grounded through your soles while growing tall through the crown of your head. Hands come to heart center, feeling as strong and steady as a mountain. And step each foot out, coming to a wide stance on your mat. Hands come to hips, toes pointed slightly inwards. We're going to do a wide-legged forward bend. Inhale, look up, arch your neck backwards. Little bit of a back bend here before you exhale. Fold all the way down over those hips. Your head is the last to drop. Get your weight forward towards your toes. Hands come to mat in between your legs. Let everything just drip down over you. Prasarita Padottanasana. Wide-legged forward bend. Returning your hands to your hips, inhale, rise your upper body back up, and then interlace those fingers behind your back. Chin goes up to the sky on your inhale. Take a bit of a back bend here, pulling down with your hands before exhaling and folding forward at the hips. Let those interlaced arms come up over your head. Let everything drip down in between your legs to the floor. Maybe the crown of your head is touching the mat. Maybe that's just a dream in front of you. Someday you'll get there. Today you're here. On your next inhale, come all the way up again. Hands return to your hips and turn your hips to face the front of your mat. Front foot is facing forward, lower down into a lunge. Back foot goes along the mat. Toes lie down on the mat. Low lunge, Anjayanasana. Lean into that front knee, opening up the whole front of the left hip as you look up to the sky and lean back. Really feeling the whole front of the left knee, left hip open here, whichever leg is in the back, as you lean into that right knee. Maybe you reach your hands up to the sky. Maybe you interlace them above your head. Maybe you bring them down into goddess arms. Exhale and sit back into that back hip. Straighten out the whole right leg. Toes go up to the sky. Your foot is on your knee. Your head is reaching down to the front straight leg knee. Half split Hanumanasana. Exhale here. Feel it all open up. Big hamstring stretch on the right straight leg. Maybe you reach with your left hand to the toes of that straight right knee, right leg. Breathe in and come back up into your low lunge position, switching over to the other side. This time your right knee is down on the floor, your right toenails are on the mat, your left knee is bent in front of you. Hands on hips, low lunge. Low lunge, Anjayanasana. Look all the way up to the sky, chin goes up to the ceiling, lean into that front hip. Feel a big opening all over the front of the right leg. Reach your hands up to the sky. Your head is falling back behind you. Maybe you pull your hands down into goddess arms for a little bit of a deeper opening. And then exhale and straighten out that left leg, sinking your butt back into your right heel. Lowering your forehead to your knee in front of you. Folding down over that straight leg. Half Hanumanasana, split, big hamstring opening for the left leg in front of you. As you breathe, try to get a little bit deeper. And then inhale and come back up again. Bring that left leg back behind you so that you're on both knees. And then sink back into a wide-legged child's pose. Toes are together, knees are apart. Arms stretched out straight in front of you. Feel your forehead on the mat. Maybe roll it side to side, massaging that third eye. Letting everything go here. Relax your face. Relax your eyes. Relax your jaw. Inhale, come back into tabletop. And then come to lie on your belly. Left ear down to the mat. Hands are next to your shoulder blades. Legs are straight out behind you. Inhale, look up for upward dog. Letting everything in your glutes go here. You want to have a nice loose butt. Crown is reaching towards the sky, opening up the whole front of your body. Exhale, come back down, opposite ear to the mat. Opposite cheek to the floor. We're going to do that one more time. With those hands next to the shoulders, inhale and push straight up again. This time try to go a little bit higher in your upward dog. Remembering to keep your butt muscles relaxed behind you. Smile at the sky. Let everything go. And then come up into tabletop position, bringing your right leg all the way in, right knee to right breast for pigeon pose. Setting yourself up with your hips square to the front of your mat, and then lower down to your elbows. Maybe making a little pillow out of your hands and resting your head right down in front of you on the floor. This is a big hip opener. You should feel this all the way through the back of your right leg, all around those glutes, up into the lower back, maybe even down into the back of your neck. On your next inhale, come back up and send that right leg back to meet the left, bringing the left knee in, left knee touching the left wrist. Square those hips to the front of the mat, coming down to your elbows, letting your head drop, letting everything drop. Maybe making a pillow with your hands and resting your forehead down in front of you on the mat. Just let everything go here. Left leg around and come to a seated position with both legs straight out in front of you. Move the back of your butt away a little bit so that you're sitting straight on your sits bones. Maybe prop yourself on your arms. Try to make your spine one straight line from the floor to the crown of your head. It's okay if your legs are bent a little bit. Inhale, look up, reach up. Exhale, fold from the hips all the way over those straight legs. Extend your spine. Seated forward fold, Paschimottanasana. Letting the head hang forward, everything in the back of the neck is relaxed and stretched. Maybe you can reach your toes or maybe you can't. Maybe your hands just sit alongside your legs. The goal is not to reach here, it's to just fold at the hips. Opening up the whole back body, letting all the weight of the upper half fall over the bottom half. Breathe in, look up. Coming back to your sitting position, Plant your hands just behind your hips, fingertips pointed towards your toes, and push those hips up to the sky into tabletop in the reverse. Bending your knees with your feet flat on the mat, let your head hang behind you, falling between each shoulder. Raising that chest, ribs, hips up to the sky. Maybe shake your head out. You've just done a lot of forward folding. This is your chance to stretch the other side of your body, your front body. I can feel this in my neck, in my clavicle, across my breastbone, all the way through my abs, the front of my hips and thighs. This is a position that will someday get you ready to do a full wheel. But reverse tabletop is a great place to be today. Remember to breathe here. And then gently place your butt back down on the mat. Legs go out straight and lie all the way down. Stretching your arms over your head, your toes down beneath you. Try to make your body as long as it can. Enjoy a full body stretch here. You've earned this. Bring your hands back down to your side, palms facing up alongside your hips, and tent those knees one more time. Shifting your hips down so that your fingertips almost touch your heels. Scooting that butt as close to the feet as possible and then pushing it all the way up. Keeping your head on the floor, hips go up to the sky. Sort of like our reverse tabletop, but letting the head rest this time. This bridge pose is a great way to open up the whole back of the neck, the back of the shoulders. Make sure your knees are not falling out to the side, but rather straight in front of you. Keep them hip distance apart and above the ankles, and then lower back down to the mat. Maybe sway those knees side to side, opening up your hips a little bit, letting them fall left to right. And then raise your legs straight up to the ceiling, letting all of that fresh blood from today's practice flow back down into the core of your being, bringing with it all of the nourishing energy that you've given to yourself through moving with us today. Maybe circle your ankles left and right a couple times. Reversing direction. If you're near the wall, you can rest your legs up against the wall, or you can just have them up in the sky. We're not here for long. Bring them down and hug both knees into your chest, curling up like a tight little ball, maybe grasping opposite elbows around those knees. And then reaching with your hands for the outside of each foot, coming into Happy Baby, Ananda Balasana. Keep your lower back on the ground. If you wish, rock from side to side to massage the lower back. We call this Happy Baby because this is a pose that babies, infants, often come into when they're in their crib or their playpen. They reach for their feet and they play with those toes. When you come into Happy Baby, try to remember yourself as a new little baby, just a few months old. Try to get yourself back to that place of innocence where your life began. It's still inside every single one of us, even though it seems so far away today. All of that magic is still within us. When you're ready, let go of your feet and hug one knee into the chest at a time, starting with your right knee. Give yourself a good hug. You deserve it. Circle that knee around, opening up the hip, lubricating that hip joint. And then shifting your hips over to the right on your mat, let that right knee fall all the way down to the left, going across your body. Right arm stretches out like a T to the side. Look for those right fingertips while you use your left hand to hold your knee down on the floor, bringing everything out here. Maybe your arm goes up over your head. Try to keep both shoulders on the mat. Close your eyes, breathe freely. Inhale, hug that right knee in one more time before sending it straight out alongside the left knee. Now bring your left knee in. Give it a good hug. Give it a couple circles around, lubricating that hip joint, loosening everything up. Remember to reverse your circle. Go the same number of times in the opposite direction. Whatever you gave to one side, you want to make sure to balance on the other. Extend your left arm out to the side, looking out for those left fingertips while you use your right hand to hold the left knee down on the mat. Twisting everything out here, letting it all go. Remembering to breathe in and out as you feel this deep stretch along your whole left side of your body, through your glutes into your thighs. Inhale, bring that left knee back to center. And then bring both knees in. Soles meet each other on the floor beneath you. Knees flap out to the side. Supta Baddha Konasana, reclining butterfly pose. Maybe your hands are on your hips. Maybe one hand is on your belly, one hand is on your heart. Melt into this pose. Release everything here. You have earned this. Honor yourself. Say thank you to that goddess within for working through this whole sequence today, for being with your body, honoring yourself. Breathing deeply. And then release. Extend those legs straight out on the floor in front of you. Letting everything go. Coming into Savasana, corpse pose. Take your time here. This is what you came for. This is what you showed up for today. Have a little reading to share with you from Young Pueblo, his book of poetry called Inward. A human is as deep as an ocean, yet most of us spend our lives knowing only the surface. When we decide to dive deep within ourselves, we set in motion the miracle of personal evolution. That's Deeper Healing by Young Pueblo. And it is my hope that what you gain today is a little bit of deeper healing for yourself. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for spending this hour with me. And thank your body for making it through these poses, for coming here today, and for giving back to yourself in gratitude for all of the hard work and all of the effort that you put in day after day. Give yourself one more deep breath in and out. And then come to sit up on your mat. Return to that comfortable cross-legged position where we began our class today. Maybe bring your hands to your knees, or bring your hands together at heart center. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste.